Did you ever wanted to take over the world, feel your inner need to kill 20 million people, or create pure country for your pure race? Well, my friend, try Hoi 4. Hearts of Iron 4 is a hella addicting World War II game about politics, war, and feeling your inner need to kill 20 million people. But before we get to that, first we must start. When starting a new game, you can either start in 1936 or 1939, but just start in 1936, it's more fun that way. Next, you have a few difficulty options: civilian, recruit, regular, veteran, and elite. I would recommend regular because veteran and elite only make you research things slower and it isn't actually harder. But if you ever play a civilian or recruit, you're a certified pussy. After choosing your difficulty, now it's time to choose a country to play with. You can choose amongst countries that do and do not have focus list, which I will explain later. First time play, I would recommend you play Germany because you can choose when do you want to unleash your shenanigans on the world. But you also play this whoever the fuck this is. When your game is finally loaded, after 40 minutes of waiting, you're instantly hit with shit ton of notifications about your unassigned divisions, free military factories, and so on and so on. And to make them go away, we need to click square buttons on the screen. Country flag, where you do your politics, and choose military staff. At the top, next to this funky mustache man, is a select nation focus button. Now, to say quickly, some countries do and some do not have focus trees depending on the importance of that country in World War II. And if you've given any of you that sweet money to Paradox for their 2 million and 1 DLCs. Next, squares are decisions, intelligence, diplomacy, trade construction, and okay, they are probably good, but boring. So, finally, production. A place where you choose what weapons you want to produce. It takes resources and factories to produce weapons. Resources you can either have in your country, trade for them, or like factories you can conquer from other countries. Next, division maker and logistics. Division maker is a place where you train your divisions and make your next Great Panzer Division, or where you make decision that you will take over the world only using shovel bicycles. Logistics is boring, but tells you what your factory need to produce more or what you have enough of. Also, army command, but that's also just bonuses. Almost full. So, you built your army, your air force or navy, but wait, you say, what are those giant S squares at the bottom of my screen? Well, my friend, here you choose generals and field marshals. How to choose them, you may ask. Easy, by pressing this button, you get to see generals and field marshals with biggest attacks and just choose those. Generals can hold 24 divisions and field marshals 5 generals. So you say,
OMG, I want to start war. Where does it start?
Well, if you play as funny mustache man, mostly whenever your heart desires. But first, for some fucking reasons, you can't just declare war, you need reasons. So, by either doing focuses or justifying on another country, you get that reason. So hooray, now you can go to war and conquer the world, my small war machine. So you might or might not remember that I said the game is addicting as fuck, and I can certainly say it is. First, like I said, when you start the world, you are hit with shit ton of notifications that you need to fulfill, and only fulfilling those takes 20 minutes. Now, you may say,
Dude, that sounds boring as fuck.
But just clicking funny buttons and making decisions will get you hooked. But my friend, war that will kill million is where the fun begins. Now, at the start of war, you may gobble up some smaller and weaker than you, like I did here. But game becomes more addicting than heroin when you start a campaign that will take all night to finish, like this one with the Germany and Soviet Union. Now, I played Hoi 4 yesterday, mostly for footage and to see everything I need to talk about, and I lost feeling of time and played from 4 PM to 11 PM. 7 fucking hours, and in those 7 hours I didn't eat, look at phone, or go to my fucking VC. Are you still listening? Notification on YouTube stayed on 4.5 hours. So, how can this happen? Well, when you start your main campaign of the game, you consistently need to micromanage your divisions to defeat the enemy. But most importantly, make encirclements. Quick general lesson. Encirclement is action when you go around the backs of enemy and then destroy their divisions. Finishing encirclements or destroying half of the enemy fleet like on this picture, that will deliver instant dopamine to your brain, and even if you don't, I should eat something or I need to go to sleep, you will get focus finish notification or some other notification that will trigger neural activation. You will instantly forget what you were talking about and you will just continue playing. Bonus, cheese and mods that the devs will never patch, like Civil War without Civil War, Division without men and guns, and so on. And literally infinite amounts of mod, of which my favorites are Great War, Iron Curtain, End of You, Beginning, and so on. Finish and conclusion. So where does game end? Well, according to devs, in 1948, but really game ends whenever your PC can take any more of this game and makes one day in game last 4 days in real life. So you just quit. Or you die of sleep deprivation. One world ending does not mean you will stop playing this game. You will just start a new world instantly after you finish one, which just proves my theory that KOI4 is worse than heroin. So, is KOI4 fun, addicting, and worth buying? Yes, absolutely. Even if you don't like strategy games, KOI4 will keep you awake for hours, sometimes even days. And if you are at college, it will heal your failed exam wounds. With all of that said, goodbye.